Hello students, if a teacher comes to your classroom and you all guys are creating noise, and if the teacher says or does like this, shh, by this symbol itself, by this gesture itself, you all realize in the Indian context that you all need to keep quiet. So this is the way, instead of using words, the person can pass the message to the audience by using something non-verbal. Non-verbal means whenever we communicate any message, any idea by using anything except words. We are not going to use words, but we are going to communicate. That communication is called non-verbal. And under the heading non-verbal, we are going to see so many things like body language. Under the heading body language itself, we have facial expressions, eye contact, gestures, you have pauses, you have smell, noise, colors, dress code, everything. By all these means or many more, we communicate, we pass the message. This is called non-verbal communication. So before we go to what kind of non-verbal communication takes place in any organization or any workplace, we are going to discuss in general what is non-verbal first of all, and then we will talk about the importance of non-verbal communication in this video. As I said, there are so many ways by which we can pass the message or the idea or the thought that comes in our mind. There is no need of using words. Rather, as per one survey, more than 90% of your communication or our communication takes place via non-verbal way. There is no need. I mean, hardly 7% of the communication throughout whatever communication that takes place, hardly 7% of the communication, average 7% of the communication takes place via words. So you can understand the importance of non-verbal, that more than 93% of the communication that takes place via non-verbal ways. In communication itself, we can say that what to speak, what not to speak, and how to speak, that is communication skill. And this how part is decided by non-verbal ways. Now what comes under the heading non-verbal? As I said, body language, and under the heading body language, facial expressions. By facial expressions, so many meanings, so many messages can be transferred. Needless to talk about it, because today we are going to concentrate on importance of non-verbal communication. Eye contact, eyes speak whatever goes inside us. Gestures, right now I am just making the movement of my hands. These are gestures, and by these gestures also we use or we pass so many messages. The noise, as soon as the policeman whistles, we understand that the policeman is calling us. By particular noise, we can understand that this is not the noise created by maybe a snake, maybe a particular bird. By the noise itself, we can understand that which animal is roaring. It may be lion, it may be a dog, or it may be something else. So the noise tells us, noise gives us so many information. So by these means, whatever communication takes place, that is non-verbal. Now why this non-verbal communication is very important? Number one, as I said, majority of the communication takes place via non-verbal means. If you take the example of animals, they have one particular cry, but that cry also enables us to understand which animal is this, or among those animals, even the animals can understand that which animal is there. One particular cry. But the way the cry is there, the animals can communicate. They can understand that there is a danger. They can understand that there is a love and affection. They understand it. So the cry is very important. So as I said, more than 93% of the communication takes place through non-verbal means, and that's why this is very important. Besides this, very quick message is passed via non-verbal communication. How? Imagine that you are driving, and as soon as you see that there is a red light, you stop your vehicle. There is no need to get that message, okay, now let the other side of the vehicles pass and you need to stop. No, it is at the back of our mind that whenever there is a red light in the traffic, or whenever there is an intersection, you need to stop. Whenever there is yellow light, you understand very quickly that let me slow down my vehicle because there would be red light. Or if there is a green arrow, you can understand. You can understand that you can simply pass through. So very quick message is passed. As I said in the beginning, you understand that you need to keep quiet. You need to keep quiet. I can simply do this particular gesture, and you can understand, or the audience can understand that I am calling the person. So a very quick message is passed because of this non-verbal communication, and that's why it is very important. Not only this, it complements what you say. For example, it complements. Look at my gestures. Compliment means whatever I say, I show it, and whatever I say and when I show it, it strengthens the meaning. It enhances the meaning of the message. But if I say that there were 2 boys in the class, and if I show only one finger, let me tell you, the people are getting attracted to what you show. So it is the non-verbal communication that complements to what you say, and if it complements to what you say, it enhances the effect of that particular message. Even the tone, that also enhances the effect. For example, take the example of this sentence. If someone comes to you and says that you are really handsome, in a very plain manner, if the person says so, you may not understand that genuinely the person is complimenting it, because it is in a very plain manner it is said, you are very confident or you are very handsome. No, this is not the way. But the word handsome requires extra stress, extra puff of breath, extra kind of emotions pour into it, and that emotions are reflected in the tone and the pitch and the intonation pattern with which that particular sentence is uttered. You are so good. See, facial expressions, tone, everything complement the word good, and then the effect of the compliment is created, or it impacts the person who is listening. So this is another very important point about non-verbal communication, is that it complements what you say. It re-says what you say. Let me word it in this manner, that it re-says, or it gives more emphasis, or it creates the actual impact that the sender wants to create by complementing what the sender is saying. So this is very important part of non-verbal communication. Take another example. How the message or the meaning can be changed if the very tone and the pitch and the intonation pattern of the same sentence is changed. For example, if someone comes to you and say, you are really handsome, genuinely, you are really handsome, as soon as the eyeballs are revealed, the tone is changed, the meaning of the sentence changes. That you are really handsome, the big question mark. Words are same, the structure is same. The big question mark is created only because of the intonation pattern that has changed the very meaning of that particular sentence. Similarly, as I said, certain words, they demand particular expression, they demand particular gesture, they demand particular intonation pattern, without which the words would be meaningless. As I said, someone comes to you and says that I saw a very big snake out there. No, there is no emotion, there is no feeling, it is all very cold, very cold. But someone comes to you in a very hurried manner. Do you know there is a big snake outside there? Now, as soon as the word snake is there, as soon as the word big is uttered, the bigness, the danger is reflected in the facial expressions. The fear is there because of the snake. The tone is such that the fear is transferred. Similar fear is transferred to the audience, and the audience also gets the panic attack. Oh, where is the snake? Let me go. The curiosity, the fear, everything, the danger, everything is visible, and everything can be conveyed when it is complemented by that particular complementary gesture, facial expression, and the tone. And then this is how the meaning can be created out of that particular word. Simple word may not be able to create that kind of impact, and that's why non-verbal communication is very important. That's why there is the information, whatever information you want to pass. Sometimes some people are illiterate, so these illiterate people cannot read and write. So how do they understand? For example, even illiterate people, they also drive on the roads. but because of the signs and the symbols, they understand that they need to take a left turn or maybe right turn, or they need to halt because there is a red light, they need to go because there is one green light, or they need to turn right or left. So everywhere these signs and symbols, they help these illiterate people. Even the dumb and deaf people, even the blind people, only because of non-verbal communication they can pass their ideas and informations and emotions. You know, the blind people, the braille script and all, by the touch itself they understand. By the touch itself they understand what kind of figure is written or what kind of word is written, and they can communicate. They can communicate. One particular noise can understand or make us understand that the ambulance is passing by, so we should go aside and give proper passage to that particular ambulance, because we understand that there is an emergency because of the noise. There is no need to shout loudly that they have one critical patient, and if the patient is not treated very soon, the person may die. There is no need. Only because of the noise and only because of that particular light we understand. So this is how even illiterate people can also understand it, because it is stored at the back of their mind that this particular noise is for emergency, is for ambulance, and as a common sense we should clear the passage. So illiterate people, they get benefited. Even dumb, deaf, and these handicapped people, blind people, they also get benefited out of this non-verbal communication. So non-verbal communication is very much important. I always quote one example. You know, animals, they do not have language, but they do have the language of body. They do have the language of cry. They do have the language of smell. Even we can also understand that if a particular aroma is associated. For example, if you go to your home and the tea is being made, by the aroma itself you can understand whether the tea is being made or the coffee is being made. So this aroma or the smell will also communicate or also communicates with us. So there is no need to tell about the words. By the aroma itself, by the smell itself, we can understand which flower it is, or what kind of fragrance, or which kind of deo the person is wearing. So aroma or the smell is also playing the role of or passing the message from one person to another person. So this is how it is very important. Whenever you want to make presentations, your presentation is made very interesting and very attractive only because of non-verbal communication. The way you dress, the way you present, the way you stand, your posture. Posture is also very much part of non-verbal communication. The posture will tell other people whether you are confident or no. So the way you dress, the way you carry yourself, the way you walk, that also makes your presentation interesting. Besides that, whatever PPTs and slides you prepare, the charts, the pictures, the color combination, everything makes your presentation very, very effective and attractive. Without which only words and the data and the information would be very monotonous and boring. But these things, even nowadays, the animations, the background noise, the background music, that creates good impact or impression. So everything comes under the heading non-verbal communication. So this non-verbal communication is very important. Very simple to say that जब तक आपको ये पता नहीं चलता है कि हम लोगों को कॉशियसली और अनकॉशियसली जो नॉन वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन से हम लोग मैसेज पास कर रहे हैं वो भी इफेक्टिव होना चाहिए, वो भी प्रोफेशनल होना चाहिए, तो वो इम्पैक्ट नहीं होगा. I will quote one good example. You must have watched the movie Sholay. When Dharmendra was tied by Gabbar and this Basanti was compelled or forced to dance for all these guns or the ducats, that time Dharmendra utters very immoral dialogue, that is बसंती इन कुत्तों के सामने मत नाचना. इमेजिन अगर धर्मेंद्र जी ने वो काफ़ी प्लेनली बोला होता कि बसंती इन कुत्तों के सामने मत नाचना, तो दैट वुड नॉट हैव क्रिएटेड द इम्प्रेशन एंड द इम्पैक्ट. बट the way Dharmendra roars over there, that Basanti in कुत्तों के सामने मत नाचना, the anger, the insult, the guilt, the helplessness कि मैं इनको मार नहीं पा रहा हूँ because I am tired. So everything is involved in that particular utterance, बसंती इन कुत्तों के सामने मत नाचना. So कमीने कुत्ते मैं तेरा खून पी जाऊंगा. So if it is uttered very plainly, कमीने कुत्ते मैं तेरा खून पी जाऊंगा, it would not have created that impression and impact. Because kamine kutte, these galia, these bad words, they require particular kind of expression, particular kind of body language. unless and until that body language complements to these words, bad words, it won't create the impression and the impact. So this is how non-verbal communication is very important. And non-verbal communication means, जैसे कि मैंने बोला कि जहाँ पे हम लोग शब्दों का इस्तेमाल बिल्कुल नहीं करते हैं, बिना शब्दों के जब हम लोग मैसेज पास करते हैं उसको नॉन वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन कहते हैं। और प्रोफेशनली वर्क प्लेस पे इस नॉन वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन का कैसा इस्तेमाल किया जाता है, कौन सी हालातों में किया जाता है, कैसे मैसेज पास होता है, वो हम लोग अगले वीडियो में देखेंगे। टिल देन, हैप्पी लर्निंग। आई विश यू गुड लक।